United States Senator Bill Cassidy is here. Hey, Dr. Bill, how are you this morning?
Good, good. Now, you realize we joked a few weeks ago about your birthday. Now, there's folks below a certain age who don't know who Butch Cassidy is. And so, both of you are dating yourself now.
Well, that's because nobody likes us that much.
You're right.
We got the email yesterday from your office, and it talked about your proposal that is coming up about confiscating money from Mexican drug cartels. Sort of a two-part question. One, tell us how that's going to work, and B, how could anybody think that was not a good idea?
So cartels move about $110 billion, that's with a B, $billion from the United States down to Mexico every year. Our government gets about $7 billion of it. So one, we can do a lot better than we're doing. My office is going a deep, deep dive. How do we make it so that we do get more? Think about it. This is not the supply of drugs. This is not the demand for drugs. This is the financing of the drug trade. If you take out the financing, the deal doesn't happen. So we think it's got lots of good things about it.
So what would you do with all that money?
It's the border wall money, right?
Secure the border. Why not? If that's where the drugs are coming across, make it harder for the drugs to come across.
But the money's being used somewhere now. Who would we be taking it from?
So the $7 billion now is used by Homeland Security. What I would propose is that we bond it out so that, we do that in Louisiana. We have unclaimed property that we know any given year we're going to have a certain amount, and people never claim it. And so we bond it out, and we do things like complete I-49 North. And so if we could bond this out, as we do in Louisiana, you would have an income stream, and you don't have to take all $7 billion, do $3 billion. But bond it out so that you can begin working on securing our southern border so that we can keep drugs from coming into our country.
So the point being, when I said at the beginning of the interview, well, who could ever be against something like that? If you want to designate the money for border security, obviously every Democrat in the Senate.
Yes, as a rule, they don't want Trump to have a victory, even if it's a good victory, even if it secures our southern border against the influx of drugs. And so they're going to find some reason to object, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't attempt to do it.
Let me switch gears to something I know you're passionate about, and I'm on this like a cat on whatever they get on.
Catnip.
Yeah, catnip. Drug prices have gone through the roof. The president has a plan. I think you're on board. What does it entail, and how soon is it going to help my pocketbook?
So we're doing this hand in glove. So some of the proposals we've come up with, they've come up with, and some of them they've come up with, we're kind of echoing in our legislation. One, for example, what is called the gag clause. You go to your pharmacist. He can look at the price you're paying for the drug and knows it's cheaper for you to pay cash than it would be to go through your insurance. Your deductible is higher than the cash price. By contract with some pharmacy benefit managers, those are the middlemen, if you will, the middlemen. Mm-hmm. By contract, he or she is not allowed to tell you could save money by paying cash, because otherwise the pharmacy would lose their contract with the pharmacy benefit manager.
How silly is that?
We want to make that illegal, and that would, as soon as that law passes, those provisions will be void, and your price for drugs will begin to decrease.
But don't we have some blame here on the manufacturers? When we hear about the EpiPen and the others, that the prices are they're just sucking cash from us. How do we address that too?
There's a medicine out there called Duexis, and it costs $2,300 a month. And Duexis is a combination of over-the-counter Motrin and over-the-counter Pepcid.
Oh my gosh!
If you bought them both over-the-counter, you would pay $20 a month. But if you pay list price, you pay $2,300 a month.
How are they getting away with this, and why are they doing this to Americans?
Well, what they do is they give the patient a coupon, so their initial out-of-pocket is covered by the coupon. But then they get into their insurance. They go beyond their deductible, if you will, at which point the insurance is paying for it. But the insurance is you and me.
Mm-hmm.
If we're paying $2,300 for a drug that we could only pay $20 for, our insurance rates go up. Now, we may not realize it, but our insurance rates are going up. Americans shouldn't be paying $2,300 for a drug that costs you $20 over the counter.
That is absolutely incredible. One last thing, our final minute. You want senators, congressmen to work on weekends? What is going in? What is wrong with you?
You know, Democrats have slowed Trump's appointments so much that at this rate, we'll be through with his appointments 9 years from now. Now think about it.
Yeah.
The guy's elected for a 4-year term. It takes 9 years to get everything done. We have a budget, and Chuck Schumer's kind of the way he does things is he just waits until the last minute, at which point he has all the strength in the world, and then they start dealing. That's not the way to do business. So what we're proposing is that if Democrats continue to stall, work weekends, work August recess. Frankly, I'd rather be in Louisiana. I'd rather be touring the state. But if that's what it takes to get Trump's appointees in, to get our budget passed on time, let's do it.
Senator Bill Cassidy, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Hey, thank you both. Bye-bye.
You bet.